Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. Everyone has talent. What is rare is the courage to follow the talent to the dark place where it leads. Extraordinary people survive under the most terrible circumstances, and they become more extraordinary because of it. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is the little voice at the end of the day that says, I'll try again tomorrow. I don't focus on what I'm up against. I focus on my goals and I try to ignore the rest. Accept the challenges so that you can feel the exhilaration of victory. If you could get up the courage to begin, you have the courage to succeed. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. It takes a great deal of bravery to stand up to our enemies, but just as much to stand up to our friends. Fearlessness is like a muscle. I know from my own life that the more I exercise it, the more natural it becomes to not let my fears run me. The man who goes farthest is generally the one who is willing to do and dare. The sure thing boat never gets far from shore. Don't play for safety. It's the most dangerous thing in the world. Courage is what it takes to stand up and speak. Courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen. It takes as much courage to have tried and failed as it does to have tried and succeeded. If it scares you, it might be a good thing to try. The opposite for courage is not cowardice, it is conformity. Even a dead fish can go with the flow. One doesn't discover new lands without consenting to lose sight for a very long time of the shore. It takes someone with a vision of the possibilities to attain new levels of experience, someone with the courage to live his dreams. Have the courage to say no. Have the courage to face the truth. Do the right thing because it is right. These are the magic keys to living your life with integrity. You will never do anything in this world without courage. It is the greatest quality of the mind next to honor. The world is in a constant conspiracy against the brave. It's the age-old struggle, the roar of the crowd on the one side and the voice of your conscience on the other. Facing it, always facing it, that's the way to get through. If you always put limit on everything you do, physical or anything else, it will spread into your work and into your life. There are no limits. There are only plateaus, and you must not stay there. You must go beyond them. Only those who will risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go. Bravery is believing in yourself, and that thing nobody can teach you. The bravest are surely those who have the clearest vision of what is before them, glory and danger alike, and yet notwithstanding go out to meet it. All you need is the plan, the roadmap, and the courage to press on to your destination. Serenity comes from the ability to say yes to existence. Courage comes from the ability to say no to the wrong choices made by others. The brave may not live forever, but the cautious do not live at all. You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. You are able to say to yourself, I have lived through this horror. I can take the next thing that comes along. You must do the thing you think you cannot do. Courage is being scared to death, but saddling up anyway. Obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, go through it, or work around it. Run when you can, walk if you have to, crawl if you must, just never give up. Life begins where fear ends. You cannot swim for new horizons until you have courage to lose sight of the shore. You can, you should, and if you're brave enough to start, you will. Sometimes even to live is an act of courage. Pain is temporary. It may last a minute or an hour or a day or a year, but eventually it will subside and something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it lasts forever. I believe in myself so much that nothing is going to stop me. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Going that one more round when you don't think you can, that's what makes all the difference in your life. When life knocks you down, you have two choices: stay down or get up. Being scared is part of being alive. Accept it. Walk through it. A hero is an ordinary individual who finds the strength to persevere and endure in spite of overwhelming obstacles. Even if the skies were shorter than my knees, I would not kneel. The secret of life, though, is to fall 7 times and to get up 8 times. A hero is no braver than an ordinary man, but he is brave 5 minutes longer. Believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there is something inside you that is greater than any obstacle. Anyone can give up. It is the easiest thing in the world to do. But to hold it together when everyone would expect you to fall apart, now that is true strength. Those who lack the courage will always find a philosophy to justify it. History has demonstrated that the most notable winners usually encountered heartbreaking obstacles before they triumphed. They won because they refused to become discouraged by their defeats. Security is mostly a superstition. It does not exist in nature. There are no easy answers, but there are simple answers. We must have the courage to do what we know is morally right. The best way out is always through. A coward turns away, but a brave man's choice is danger. Promise me you'll always remember, you're braver than you believe, and stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think.